34 IMCA Sunoco stock cars checked in here for you tonight.
Want to remind everybody the T-shirt trailer is open again. We are past 8:15, so T-shirt trailer is back open. You can head down there if you haven't got your event merchandise just yet. Here is IMCA stock car heat race number 1, Chance Hollitz out of Clear Lake in the 6 outside. One of our salute to veterans drivers, that is Buck Shafroth from Orient, Iowa in the 92.
Going to row number 2 to the inside, it's Tyler Pickett out of Boone in the 5A and Mitch Meyer from Chilton, Wisconsin in the 10M.
Row 3 to the inside. How good does it say, Jerry? A couple of wins on the season here at Algona. I think he got one at Boone, too.
Yes, he did.
Kevin Opheim out of Mason City, the 44K. On the outside, Tanner Allen from Springville in the 22.
Take a look at your final 3 starters. The driver out of Grenada, Minnesota, that is the 32 at Derek Green. Wayne Landier from Buffalo Center in the 2. And Donovan Smith from Lake City, Iowa, right there on the button.
Actually, it's Chad Palmer, Troy Swearingen, and then Josh from Wisconsin that we haven't figured out exactly how to say his name.
Oh, did they update hang on, let me hit refresh. Oh, okay, so it's Chad Palmer, Troy Swearingen, and Josh Murchowski.
And
we're live on IMCA TV. Welcome aboard, you Facebook friends. Share it, like it, talk about it, comment, because if you don't, we're going to shut the free stuff off as we go to turn number 1.
You're always a stickler about that, aren't you?
Yeah, they got to partake. If you're watching for free, you got to partake. Speaking of free, it's going to be the 6-car freeing himself of Chance Hollitz right on in there. Here comes the sniper, the 92 of Buck Shafroth, looking to get Buck wild, and it's side by side for 3rd.
Yeah, speaking of wanting to participate here tonight, Kevin Opheim backing it into turn number 1. A little shot to the biscuits that time in the 92 of the sniper as we've got Hollitz, then Shafroth, Opheim, the top 3. Swearingen trying to make the long way around work. Early in this one, we got 2 in and 6 to go.
Field of work on down the front straightaway. Into turn number 1 and 2 they go. It'll be Hollitz, a former Salute to Veterans racer last year, still has been so proud of what he did last year that he said, I'm not changing my car. I'm leaving it. I'm going to race with the boys. It'll be that 92 of Shafroth, followed by Kevin Opheim, Mitch Meyer. 4 heat races, top 3 redraw, top 5 transfer to the A.
You see Chad Palmer getting up into contention as well. The Purple Heart, fittingly, the Purple Heart car always has had a purple paint scheme for the most part, and saluting our Purple Heart recipients there with Chad Palmer's paint scheme. Palmer trying to get up into the top 5. He will do so as he's trying to bring the 81 of Murchowski. Thank you. I'll probably never get it right, but we're trying.
It's okay. I mean, I screwed it up 7 times last night.
Yeah, Hollitz out in front, but here comes Buck Shafroth, the sniper. Not so stealth right now. He's making some noise. We go to 1 and 2.
Down into 1 and 2. It's going to be that 6-car at Chance Hollitz, followed by the 92 of Buck Shafroth, Kevin Opheim, Mitch Meyer, Chad Palmer, and Troy Swearingen's dropped back there. But you see that 81X of Josh Murchowski, that Wisconsin ride, sitting right there in the 6th spot as they come to 2 to go.
Pair of laps remaining here in heat race number 1 for your IMCA stock cars. Murchowski to the outside in the 81. Couldn't quite get anything working on Chad Palmer. Hollitz the leader. Opheim throwing his hat into the mix here, Jerry Late. It's 3 cars with some separation going to turns 1 and 2.
White's out, 1 to go. Chance Hollitz, Buck Shafroth, Kevin Opheim, Mitch Meyer, Chad Palmer. Now look at here. Here comes Josh Murchowski working to the top of the racetrack. This is the battle for transfer spot. It's going to be Hollitz, Shafroth, and Opheim, but watch the battle of it. Turn number 4, 5, and 6 up for grabs. It's going to be Murchowski and Mitch Meyer, a pair of cheeseheads, making their way into the final 2 transfer spots.
Heat race number 2 has last night's stock car winner, Kelly Schrock, drawing the inside of row number 1 out of Fertile in the 3. Outside, he's raced up here a handful of times, and it's Mike Albertson out of Audubon in the Z3.
Justin Lunenburg out of Reading, Minnesota, the 17X, and easy Elijah Siebenbergen out of Ocheaton, the 66Z to the outside of row 2.
Mike Hansen from Gillette Grove, the 8X on the inside of the 3rd row. Outside is Chris Paulsrock out of Esterville in the 57.
Then going to row number 3, it'll be Derek Green from Grenada, Minnesota, the 32. Wayne Landier from Buffalo Center in the 2. And Donovan Smith, the 35, to the outside, or by himself, in the 9th starting spot. So a pair of 3s up there, a pair of B&Bs by Skyrocket. Old Kelly Shryock, last night's stock car winner over at Spencer. And oh, wahoo! Mike Albertson there in the Z3 out of Audubon.
Little programming note, Cruisers and Sport Compacts run A mains only here tonight, and they will run those towards the conclusion of our program. So Cruisers, Sport Compacts race A mains only here tonight. As the green flag flies, Jerry, we're under green. Kelly Schrock with a jump and a battle of 3s going to 1.
They'll hurry it on in there. It is going to be that 3 of Shryock, the Z3 of Albertson. Got new skin, got new stickers on it. Siebenbergen to the outside, wheel to wheel down the back straightaway. Siebenbergen to the top of the racetrack. It'll be Blake Lunenburg right there, now trying to dip his nose to the bottom of the racetrack. Wahoo, going to scratch it on up. A little right side romance. Working on down into turn number 1.
Kelly Schrock, we've seen this so many times out in front in that IMCA stock car as he will get a good bite right out of the middle groove of turn number 2, leaving Siebenbergen trying to clear Oahu out here out of turn 4, stair-step him 3 across. That time down the home straightaway as Albertson will slam the door on Lunenburg going to 1.
Hustle it on down there. It's going to be Blake Lunenburg and Mike Albertson. Now look at Derek Green to the outside, working Chris Paulsrock in the 57 car for the number 5 spot. That's your final transfer position. There you see Green on the outside. You know, if it's a long way to the top, if you want to rock and roll, and that's what he's trying to do, work the top of the racetrack.
Shryock still the leader. Derek Green a little better upstairs there in turns 1 and 2. Tries to get in the hip pocket, will do so. A Paulsrock on the back straightaway. Green brings his line down to the middle. And we'll see if that'll pay off. A little less distance to travel as laps clicking away in this one. I believe we are halfway through.
They'll hurry on down into turn number 1 and 2 where it's Shryock, followed by Siebenbergen, Albertson. Now a pair of Minnesota's racers working side by side. Derek Green to the outside, Lunenburg to the inside. 17X is Lunenburg in the red and white machine. The green and white 32 is Derek Green. They'll come down the front straightaway. Green back into the number 5 spot.
Green backs it into the top of turn number 1. Here we go. Green trying to gather up momentum to the back straightaway. Lunenburg under attack here in the late stages. Green hungry for 1 more, maybe 2 if he can turn the double play with 2 laps to go.
Down the front straightaway. Look at this. Derek Green squeezed to the outside of the racetrack. He'll push the cush down into turn number 1 and 2. He's got some grab there. He's trying to daily double. He comes to the outside of Wahoo. Down the back straightaway they'll go. Derek Green, last lap was running back there in the 5 spot. Got himself a daily double with 1 to go.
White flag in the air. Kelly Schrock, the leader. Siebenbergen in second. And how much more magic does Derek Green have? Swings to the outside. Siebenbergen knows he's got company. Over the last 3 laps, Derek Green is picking him up and laying him down. Here tonight at the Thunderdome, Kelly Schrock going to win. Heat race number 2 under the checkered flag. Who's it going to be for second? Close at the line. Derek Green caught him. Green will be second in this one. Siebenbergen third. Albertson and Lunenburg the rest of the top 5.
There you have it. Heat race number 3 getting ready to come to the racetrack. Chad McCain-Jennings out of Whittemore, Iowa with a 5.17. Man, what a run he had last night coming in the runner-up position. In his outside from Menlo, Iowa, the 72H is Micaiah Heidelbaugh.
Todd Van Eaton out of Orient, the V31 on the inside of the second row. Outside is Kyle Rollins out of Kellogg in the 37.
Going to row number 3 to the inside, it'll be Zane DeVilbiss out of Farmington, New Mexico, the 18 Zane to his outside. Driving the 46M for Burt, it's Lauren Pazika.
Row number 4 to the inside, Jeffrey Larson out of Reading, Minnesota, the 7L. Outside, Keith Rickey out of Titonka, the 16X, making a debut here tonight, starting 8th. And Gary Pazika out of Burt, the AK-46, will start 9th.
Chad, I've been watching the viewers here. I've thrown it out. If we get 500 watchers on the Facebook Live, Ian, if you're listening, if we get over 500 views on the Facebook Live, we'll give them some modified heat races. But if you don't get to 500, you don't get any free modified. You got to pay for it.
Are you allowed to make those decisions, or you just do that on your own?
You know what? I'm making the decision tonight. It's Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday. There might be people home drinking, doing the free thing. And
might be home.
Might be here drinking, too. I don't. Hang on a minute. I'm looking down the grandstands. Yep, that guy down there is drinking.
We didn't get an updated list of Jello shot flavors. Sorry about that, but trust me, we usually have a pretty good variety, Jerry. As we come to green this time, McCain Jennings and Micaiah Heidelbaugh will lead the field of turns 1 and 2.
They'll hurry on down there. It's going to be Heidelbaugh to the top side, the 72H machine, the 517 of Jennings down on the bottom side, carrying Old Glory colors. It will be red, white, and blue to the number 1 spot. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. 517 of Jennings coming on in. He'll take the race lead.
As you said, Jerry, boy, our nation's colors proudly presented, and they were well represented with McCain Jennings last night. Nearly pulled off the victory. Kelly Schrock got him in the back half. It'll be Jennings out in front, Heidelbaugh second, and we are hub to hub for 3rd and 4th. Van Eaton on the lower groove. And to his right, that is a 7L, the Warfare Motorsports entry. That is Jeffrey Larson.
I got him down there on the bottom. It's the one with the gun, the V31. Todd Van Eaton working to the outside is the Megan Zimmerman-owned 7L of Jeffrey Larson. Side by side down into turn number 3 and 4. Everybody always asks, why are they racing so hard? They're transferred to the A-main. They are looking. This right now would be a difference of starting on the pole or starting 15th if you finish 3rd or 4th tonight. Is it still Larson hustling the outside?
Larson up into the top 3. McCain Jennings, as we said, 3 feature wins on the season here at Algona. Nearly scored a salute to veteran A-Main last night. He's the leader. Heidelbaugh in second. And Larson is starting to make that outside line work a little bit, using the Brandon Beckendorf line from last night. Kiss the cushion and drive it down the hill, build momentum. And he's going to settle to be a little bit of lockstep, though. Heidelbaugh missed the bottom. Larson on the charge.
Jeffrey Larson down to the inside. Got him. It will be Larson to the number 2 spot. Put Micaiah Heidelbaugh back to 3rd. Now Jeffrey Larson has to make up 1 second. That is a distance between himself and your race leader, the 517 of McCain Jennings. Working on in off of turn number 4. Green flag. High to the air and 2 to go for Jennings.
Jennings the leader. Larson continues to bang off the top of the cushion, drives down the hill, and he's trying to gain enough speed to throw one Hail Mary with a 7L, and he has made up some ground, Jerry. That distance not so great anymore. McCain Jennings, your leader with 1 to go.
They'll work him on down into turn number 1 and 2. Jennings, your race leader. It'll be the 7L of Larson, followed by the 72H of Micaiah Heidelbaugh. Down the back straightaway, that's your top 3 redraw cars. And it's Van Eaton and Gary Pazika in the AK-46. Checkered flag is out. It's going to be Jennings, Larson, Heidelbaugh, Van Eaton, and Pazika. Guess what, Chad?
What?
I got 500, but it needs to stay over 500.
You change the rules more than anybody I know.
I said if I get 500.
How do you succeed as a track promoter if you're always changing the rules, Jerry? You said you got to hit 500. You're going to stay live here, but now it's like, well, we got to stay there.
Yeah, I got to stay there.
Well, you need to say that first.
I learned a lot from a guy that used to work for up here.
What?
Just kinda
adjusting things as we go.
Subject to change. Oh, it's staying there. Ian, we got to give him at least the first modified heat race on the
Well, we've
look-in.
got heat race number 4 to talk about in your stock cars. Dustin Larson out of Rushmore, Minnesota, the 5L on the inside. Wild Bill Brack out of Meade, Colorado, the 19B will start second.
Jeff Byers Jr. out of Milo, Iowa in the 16, and Jim Horsch. He was a podium finisher in third last night. The driver out of Marshall, Minnesota. Last win he had was right here.
The next row back, he won the Salute to Veterans race here at Algona a year ago. Randy Brands out of Boyd in the 271 is inside the third row. Outside at St. Feaster from Dakota City in the 343.
Ah, there you go. Ian, I got approval from Ian. We will give you a modified heat race tonight on the look-in.
He ain't in charge either. Johnny Spa, Cedar Rapids High with the 00. Jacob Kossuth, the 77K from Algona. We're ready to go. You're making it up as you go along, just like you do all the time, Jerry.
Well, I mean, that's what
That guy down there agreed with me.
He ain't even listening. Speaking of listening, here we go. Off a 2. Look out. Hang on. Brack's around. We've got a monster truck show down in turn number 2 as we keep things working. Caution. Napa caution on the racetrack. That is the
Jacob Kossuth.
the 77K around down there. Take this one back from the top. See, check that out right there. Ian is our producer tonight and says copy on the look-in.
So how in charge is he? That's what I want to know.
Ian is the producer tonight.
I know.
And we get to override Nate because we're here, and we're going to take a little look at the replay of the start on this one and see what happens is Brack was a little scrub of the tires, moved it up there, and here's where things are going to get goofy as he's going to break traction. Back end comes out. Feaster nowhere to go, and Kossuth comes whang right on in there as chaos ensued in turn number 2. Yeah, we'll. It'll be down the front straightaway. Green flag is out. Working on down the back straightaway. It'll be the 5. Up there, your race leader, Dustin Larson out of Rushmore, Minnesota. Followed by Bill Brack out of Meade, Colorado. Look at Jim Horsch there in the 21 car working the number 3 spot. Right behind him is Feaster, Brands. Spa going to go up the racetrack. Top 5. Going to stair step and follow the tire tracks down into turn number 1.
Randy Brands, last year's winner here in Algona, the IMC Stock Cars. A 6th place run last night in the 271. Settles into the 4th spot. Feaster 5th. Johnny Spa up into the top 6. Wild Bill Brack, after that early altercation in turn number 2, hanging on to that 2nd spot as Bill Brack in 2nd, trying to run down Dustin Larson here to the back straightaway.
Working off a 2 and out of back straightaway. It is going to be Larson. Now Brack buzzed the tires, and here comes Jim Horsch. Jim Horsch there in the 21 car down to the inside. The 27 of Randy Brands right there with him. It is wheel to wheel off at turn number 4. Give the nod, give the spot. He picked a pocket. That is a 21 of Jim Horsch.
Jim Horsch, a Dirt Crown Stock Car Series winner here at the Kossuth County Speedway. He is in 2nd, pulling away from Bill Brack. Brack in 3rd. Randy Brands trying to size him up in the 4th position. A battle for the 5th place run right now is between Jeff Feaster and Johnny Spa as we head down the home straightaway.
They'll hurry it on in there. You got 4 down and 4 to go. It's still going to be Larson, followed by Horsch, Brack, Brands, and Feaster. Now Johnny Spa, the 00 car, going to take a sneak peek there as Randy Brands trying to size up Brack, but it's side by side right behind him for the 5th and final transfer. We'll widen it out and take a look down the front straightaway side by side. Brands to the inside of Brack. Brack to the top of the 19 car. Then it'll be Feaster and Spa side by side. Chad, it's a drag race off at 2. Give it to Randy Brands.
Yeah, Brands finally getting around Bill Brack that time. Sized him up, waited for an opportunity, and got it done. Green flag high in the air signifying 2 laps remaining. Dustin Larson, Horsch, the top 2. Brand's third, and here we go. It's going to get tight for the final transfer to the back straightaway.
Yeah. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. Johnny Spa going to come to the inside of the 19 of Bill Brack. He's going to get that nod down into turn number 3 and 4. Look at the action side by side as the white flag is out. It's Larson, Horsch 1 and 2, followed by Brands, Feaster, and Spa, your top 5.
Getting right down to it in this one, Larson had Horsch get within about a car length and a half. They're out of turn number 2, and Horsch a little better on corner entry, but Larson waits on the car here out of turn number 4. Dustin Larson going to win your final stock car heat race. Horsch in the second spot, then Brands, Feaster, and Spa will make their way to the show.
So that'll wrap up stock car qualifying, and it is now time to move on to your Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds, where 33 drivers, Chad, have come to play for 24 spots. And for those of you watching on a little Facebook Live, we're going to give you heat race number 1. And the starting lineup looks this way. It will be the 13 out of Clear Lake, Iowa. That's Jerry Flippo and his outside. The 33 BY is Braxton Yeager from Green River, Wyoming.
A 2-time winner of the Salute to Veterans Tour. It is Jake McBurney out of Boone, the 82 on the inside of the second row. Outside from Sanborn, Minnesota, the Triple X of Jesse Rogotsky.
Lives in Fargo, North Dakota. Calls over the hump in Pahrump, Nevada home. That is Colin Hibden in the 48K. And from Evansdale, it's big boy Tommy Belmer, the 43B.
Kelly Schreck, the 3 is on the inside of the fourth row out of Fertile. Outside is Gerald Curry from Laverne in the 32X. And Cody Laney with a long way to go here tonight out of Torrance, California in the 5L.
We'll see if we can get it. What's the name? Brandon Seawick, perfect. No, we're not even. Don't even need to do the one they brought up. All right, first of 4 Friesen Performance IMCA Modified Heat Races. Top 5 to the transfer, top 3 to the redraw, Chad. It is going to be the Bakersfield, California transplant to Clear Lake. Jerry Flippo and Braxton Yeager bringing the field to life.
Yeager, a winner on his swing out here to the Midwest, all ready to get things started on a positive note, and he slides right in front of Jake McBurney on the back straightaway. Cody Laney already up a couple of positions. Everybody is chasing Flippo as we go to turn number 1.
Woody out front there. It is Flippo, your race leader. Braxton Yeager running second. McBurney, Rogotsky, and Shryock working him on in there. Colin Hibden not picking up on a transponder, sitting there in the number 4 spot. They'll work there side by side. Here comes Shryock. He's going to nestle on into the number 5 spot. 5th and final transfer position now belongs to the 3 of Shryock.
Cody Laney working to the inside of Rogotsky that time. Laney up, as we said, a couple of spots early, and sizing up Jesse Rogotsky on the back straightaway. And speaking of sizing up, can't quite come to call. Kelly Schreck a little better on the bottom than Hibden, and give the nod to Schreck as we go to 1.
Kelly Shryock is going to pick the pocket of the young racer there. The veteran goes around. Now look at Jake McBurney to the bottom of the racetrack. Got her down there in the basement. He will go around Braxton Yeager, put himself into the number 2 spot. Taking a look as they work off of turn number 4, it's Flippo, followed by McBurney, Yeager, Shryock, and Rogotsky, your 5 transfer cars.
Cody Laney up another position, was able to get one more past Hibden. Hibden more than vulnerable in the iBox Springs 5L. The Rage chassis of Cody Laney sets the car down and sets his sights right now on Rogotsky here to the home straightaway.
You've got 5 down and 3 to go. Next time by, the green will go high to the air, indicating to these racers there is 2 circuits remaining. Down the back straightaway, the 13 of Flippo, your race leader, followed by the 82 of McBurney, the 33 BY of Yeager, the 3 of Shryock, and still that Triple X of Jesse Rogotsky with 2 to go, your top 5.
Jerry Flippo with the win on the Dakota Classic Mod Tour in 2023. In command of this one, McBurney rides in second, then Yeager, Shryock the top 4. As we watch Kelly Shryock trying to reel in Yeager here late in this one. Laps, we're already down to 1 to go.
Final circuit down into turn number 1 and 2. It will be the 13 machine. Jerry Flippo, your race leader, off of 2 and down the back straightaway. The 82 of McBurney back there in second. Logan Kelly grabs for the checkered flag. He'll wave it loud and proud for the 13 of Jerry Flippo. Jake McBurney going second. Braxton Yeager, Kelly Shryock, and Jesse Rogotsky, your top 5. So there you have it. Thank and appreciate each and every one of you for looking in for a little Facebook Live look. And you still got time to go out and buy the remainder of tonight's Salute to Veterans at IMCA TV. Go out and join us. Grab it. Buy it now because the free stuff is done.
Heat race number 2, Cody Connect.